Hey guys, so taking my trading to the next level, right? I just want to show you the guys the tools I'm using at the moment. So in addition to my RSI is always a good tool. I've always liked that. Even now with all my algorithms, I still like RSI because it just tells me what sort of level they're at, so I know. Because if something's at like 95 RSI, then I'm not going to buy it because it's going to drop soon, right? But anyway, just to show you that. The algorithms I'm using at the moment, I have to say, if you're trading off the daily chart, is just better. These algorithms, whatever you use, even these kind of indicators or MACD, if you have a MACD there or whatever you have, right? Even if you use these indicators, it's it's just better to use larger time frames. It's more like intelligent trading. If you use like 15-minute, 5-minute time frames and like scalping it's much more gambling than trading. So I just want to show you. Um, so I still have my RSI. I always have my RSI because it's really good indicator. It's one of my favorite normal indicators. And also Bollinger Bands. I really like the Bollinger Band, so I always have that on as well. It's one of my favorite indicators as well. I don't really use the fib retracements anymore because this thing works much better than that. So this is break free trading. Now this is one of my algorithms, right? This algorithm, if I'm being honest, it depends on who you are. For me, it's kind of worth it. I mean, it cost about, for me, if I'm trading stocks and every financial instrument, it cost me about £150 or so a month to have this algorithm, and about £50 to have this other algorithm, which is called the Lux algorithm, right? But for me, I mean, that's a £200 overhead plus a few other things which I'm a part of. I'm a part of Superman's trading group, Superman of Trading Post Golardi. I'm also a part of a few other things as well. So my overhead's about £300 or so a month, every month on average. But if I'm making like 3K plus, or sometimes I can make 5K plus, minimum 2K, a month, then on average, sometimes if I have a really good month, it's literally more than 5K in a month profit. So like it's worth it to pay £300 in order to, even if I pay £300 and make £500 with it, it's still worth it. But but I'm gonna make minimum of £1,000 more anyway, so it pays for itself. So because these things really up your game to a higher level. I mean, just let me show you this. This is XAG, which is silver, right? This is what is telling me the daily levels, right? See, this is a resistance. This is, so basically what this is saying is if it drops to here, buy it. So, but usually what I do is I wait for the drop and then wait for the rise and then I buy it and then take profit. This is your take profit one, this is your take profit two, is we'll work this out for you, and you should set your stop loss here. But usually what I do, especially with CFD trading, if it goes against me a little bit, I just close it literally like here, because I can always re-enter again anyway, because I don't like to go there and then be losing, and then sometimes you might have to take a loss. I don't like that, because if you go all the way there, that's going to be, depending on your position size, that's like a £200 loss or more. And there's no point. I just take a loss here at 20, and then if it goes back up, I re-enter a position. There's no point in waiting for the loss because CFD's trading is very highly volatile, right? So this is basically marked out all the levels for me. I don't have to do Fibonacci retracement. I don't have to look around and do my trend lines. These ones I did draw myself, these uptrends, because it just tells me when it's going to break down the channel. And to be honest, if it breaks down the channel, it pretty much has this trend line here for me anyway. So it does everything for you. I mean, I highly recommend them, but it depends on who you are. I mean, if you're making less than £1,000 a month in trading, then I mean, especially if you can't make £500 a month, I wouldn't recommend getting it, because like, if it's going to cost you £150 a month, just to have this, but if you're not making much, then the cost is very big for you. So, but basically everything that I share with you, everything I trade off, I'm trading with you with this anyway, so and I'm doing it for free, so you can gain the access of this algorithm through me for free. I just wanted to show you the power of it. So also what you can do is go to the hourly chart, 4-hour chart, and I'll give you and then the chart will be slightly different, and I'll give you slightly different levels. So on the hourly chart, these are resistance levels, these are support levels, right? So So I see it's a little different on the hourly chart than the daily chart, but the most accurate is the daily chart overall. You know, the longer the time period, the more accurate. And to be honest, I never trade this of these points on anything less than the 1 hour. Just one day, 4 hours, or 1 hour. Anything less, I don't even look at it. And you know, it's just it's not worth it. It's too short lived. Um, Same with these. You can have a look. You know, these are the support levels. Um, Gold again, and you see here, this is telling me that it's got a trade. If it falls down to here, take a long position, go up the way. But on some instruments, there's nothing to tell you because there's no trade zone, so there's no viable trades. This algorithm is saying this is not a viable trade, but if I want to, I can look at these support and resistances, and maybe I will buy here and go try and target this level, or if it goes below here, I'll short here and try and target this level. So that's how I'm playing some of my trades, right? By judging these levels. But the most accurate ones are the ones that tells you, you know, buy here and go up the way. These are the most accurate. So, and it does that for literally every single stock. This is how I knew, right? I predicted how the Tesla was going to go high, right? This is how I knew the Tesla was going to go. If it broke 1800, it was going towards 2000 or more. Because look, this is what this told me. Look, if it breaks 1800, which was this level, right? It's going towards 2000, and I predicted that precisely as the price went about 2 weeks ago, roughly. I think I predicted that. So because I could see this like this a level here at 1760 roughly. So but usually I go up a little bit more, because just because it touches it doesn't mean it's going to break it. You got to let it break. So if it breaks 1800, which is about this level, it's going towards the 2000 level. If it breaks 2000, it's going towards 2250. So you can see these kind of moves coming. And if you get an extension 2, then there's a very good chance that it will be a retracement down the way a little bit. So so it's a very, very, very powerful tool, and it helps my trades a lot, like a great deal. And on top of that, and I use this Lux now as well, which is an algorithm. Got the Lux volatility on, and I've also got the Lux algorithm on, right? It tells me here, look, the Lux thing tells me, so this is silver. Bulls are in control by 26%, which means there's more. Right now there's 76% of buying and only 24% of selling. So basically, it's saying there's 26% more bulls right now in the market than bears. So right away, I know in the daily chart, there's a lot of buying power, right? The trend is bearish. So overall, yeah, I mean the overall trend is actually bullish, but this a little bit is starting to go bearish, just right. But the bulls are in control as of the moment as we speak, and it gives you some take profits and stop losses as well. But to be honest, these take profits and stop losses are pretty exaggerated. I mean, what it's telling is to buy here, right? Because right now it's a bull market, right? Bulls are in control. It's telling you to buy here. See how it says strong buy. So it's telling you to strong buy here and go for target these. I wouldn't target those because the market doesn't move that way. It moves more like here and then comes down and up more and then comes down. It's going to make it's going to make higher highs and higher lows, right? Just kind of like that. But it doesn't just sort of go boom like that. So these are too high for if you're trading CFD. These are too high targets, you know, to aim for. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to get there, but for silver to go from here to there, that's going to take like 3 months or something, you know, or maybe longer. I mean, it's you know, that's not the way how I trade CFDs. You know, remember there's like holding fees and swap fees every day as well. So so the way I would do is, you know, I just buy it and then I trade it and then I take the profit before the next big retracement. You know, if it was on a daily chart. So because you know these are exaggerated, but what I like about these is that they do all the trend lines for you, right? See, watch that. That's a support. That's a horizontal resistance and support resistance there, support resistance there, and these are the top levels that it's ever traded to. And they've also got these channel supports as well. You see these channel lines, which tells you which way this instrument's moving, down here, up here. You see all these blue lines, right? That's telling you where these are moving. So let's go to EVSI. So if you look at EVSI, I quite like the way how these channel lines work. Again, you can look at here, bulls are in control by 21%, right? So there's definitely more bulls at the moment in the EVSI stock, which is great. trend is bearish, it says, because look, it is bearish and it's only just gone bullish, and the bulls are just taking control just now, right? And you see these lines. I like these lines because these are like sort of trend lines. So you can see there's clearly like a support level here, and this is a horizontal, this is a channel support here, and there's a channel resistance there. So this should go up to that channel there, right? And right now it's telling you to buy, and it's telling you to set your targets, take profits there. Again, I don't follow these take profits, to be honest. It's too high. They're always exaggerated, so I don't go as high, but maybe go for target here in a week or so, like maybe buy here and target something like that, you know, and then I'll get out before the next retracement. I use the hourly chart to get out before the next retracement for that. So yeah, trade off the longer terms, but you can see the power if you use these indicators correct, right? And this thing here is quite good as well. This, let me see if I can show you this. This thing here is quite good. This is the Lux volatility current, right? The way how you use this is, let's say it goes below here, this line here, right, the 25 mark. If it comes above it, it usually has momentum to go quite high, at least to the 50 level before it comes back down. So before, and then, so you can ride it and until it reverses. Even here, see if it goes up. It's got usually, it's basically kind of a momentum play, like how far you can go trading it. But this, you know, it's better to use the hourly chart for this stuff. You know, let's see. Look, it goes below here for the hourly one. It goes up. See. And then if it comes down below that, it goes all the way down, and then it goes pretty much all the way up again and down. So it's quite, see, if you use the hourly chart to trade this Lux volatility thing. So basically what it's saying is that, let's say the price, right, let me try to open this, right? So this this is here, for example, right? And this is the price here. So if you had traded and got in a position here, you'll ride it all the way up, and then before the Lux algo changes, then you exit. So you know, but basically, if you know how to use these together with the RSI and Bollinger Band and your support resistance levels combined with this thing, you know, telling me which levels there are, you know, you can see. I mean, the ones who trade, if you trade, you know, you can see that it totally is a game changer. It totally enhances your trading. You just cannot trade to that level without these algorithms. I know it's costing me, like, for both of them together, £200 a month, but if I'm making £2, £3, £4, £5, £6,000 or more a month because of them, you know, it's still a worthwhile investment. It's all about investment and returns, because without them, I won't be able to trade as successfully. I mean, yes, I can do these. I mean, these are basically just Fibonacci levels, and these are basically trend, like support and resistance, right? I could draw them myself, but it takes me about 5 minutes to do them properly per chart, per stock, right? And if I was going through 10 stocks, it's going to take me bloody hour, more than an hour to do all these things before I even start trading. Whereas with this, it's done within, with 10 stocks, it's done in 10 seconds. Like, literally, take a click here. Done, right? Well, what was that, 5 seconds, right? So instead of taking 5 minutes per chart to draw these levels, which it would take me that amount of time to do it properly and accurately, you know, and it takes 5 seconds per stock and instrument to do that, right? I mean, think about the time you're saving there. Right? I don't have time, like, also, there's an energy thing, right? If I spend 5 minutes per chart just doing these things, which I can do, don't get me wrong. I mean, I can do it. It takes me 5 minutes, and it won't be as precise as well, because these algorithms are much more precise, pinpoint, right? So I do a worse job in 5 minutes than this thing can do in 5 seconds, right? This thing can do in 5 seconds better and more efficiently and better than me, and more precise than I can do it. And it's going to really help me trade, and it's just going to take your trading to a next level. I mean, seriously, since I started using this and this, I mean, this is quite new to me, actually. This one I only started a week ago, but it's pretty good from what I can see. You know, right away you can see it's not just some shit algorithm, because there's some really shit algorithms out there. They just charge you. They're just trying to make money off you, and they're shit. You know, they don't even tell you anything. I mean, there's algorithms out there I use. They literally, they can't do anything I cannot do in the same amount of period of time. So that if you're getting into yourself into something like that, it's pretty shit. You know, it's no point. It's not enhancing your game. But these, you know, investment and return wise, these are amazing. These totally enhance my game, takes my game to another higher level. You know, and that's why I can predict it. I mean, remember I predicted the FTSE 100 last week. It's going to drop to 5960, and then it's going to go rise to 6080. It literally dropped to 5090, was 50, which would drop $10 more, and it went up like to pretty much precisely. And that's how I do it, because I use this algorithm. I'm going to have to log out now because the video has to be within 15 minutes. So, but great, you know, follow me, just follow my Discord group, and this is how I trade. Thank you, guys.